Are you guys? What? Everything is on the phone. Okay, let me see. I'm not getting any Wi-Fi.
Are you getting Wi-Fi on yours? You get Wi-Fi.
Who is?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, if I need it, I may ask you to come and look me up.
Okay. You got the password, right?
The password?
Yeah.
You're gonna need that, I don't, you're gonna have to get that from Rick.
Oh, is it back there?
Oh, he told me that we supposed to somewhere, but I didn't want to. We're at 5:30.
Is he back there?
Yeah, he's in the kitchen.
It's written on the wall somewhere, or under on the device, I'll show you.
Oh, yes, sir. He's fine, like that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, let's get started. It is Tuesday, August 11th at 5:30 p.m. We are at the Heights of Kelpers Park on Jason Lane, and this is a special board meeting of Black Canyon City Water Improvement District. I'm Elaine, I'm the board chair.
Sean Collins, member at large.
Vincent Truly, secretary.
Elena Ray, treasurer.
And we have
Alicia Nichols.
Alicia, who's the district coordinator and today's the keeper of notes. And on the phone we have. Okay. Devin White, legal counsel. We need to get a speaker because the acoustics here are pretty. So we'll have to find a speaker. So we're on item 4, consent agenda, and I don't know that we can approve the minutes tonight, but I was going to ask Melina, did you have a chance to look at the minutes? You have some concerns?
I would like to discuss the minutes. And
Okay.
I told you at the last meeting that I wanted to discuss the minutes. And I told you at the meeting before that I wanted to discuss the minutes. So they should have been put on the regular agenda for tonight.
Well, they're on this agenda, so do you want to discuss the minutes?
You ready to discuss it?
Sure. But we do, this meeting is not going to go past 7 o'clock. We're not going to have a 2 or a 3-hour meeting. That's just too crazy, and we've all had really long days. So we're going to keep it at about 15 minutes, so until 5:45.
So the April 14th minutes, I'm not approved.
Okay.
There's no person listed for transcribing these minutes, and there's no person listed for who submitted these minutes. And in my notes here,
I'm sorry, no person listed for transcribing and no person, what was the second part of that?
She's taking notes and stuff.
What?
She's asking what you said because she's taking notes. She can't hear you.
well, on this, I watched the videos for some of these. On the 14th meeting video, there was a motion made for $750 for a consultation with a criminal attorney. In the minutes itself,
Perhaps, Melina, it would be easier if you could just write out, put the date of the meeting minutes that you don't agree with, write out what your issues are, and send it to the office so we can.
no, I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. I'm not doing that. Let's just cut right to the chase, okay? And let's just move to the ones that are really disturbing.
Okay.
All right, and please, people, bear with me. because I'm frazzled beyond all recognition. So on May 1st, I couldn't find a video for May 1st. I have 3 drafts of minutes. I have a certain amount listed in the minutes, but not an exact amount. However, I do have $750 in my notes.
Would you like me to tell you what that was for?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I know what it was for. It was for you to have a consultation with a criminal attorney.
There was no fee ever paid for that. That was.
I understand that. You
Okay.
explained that to us last time. Quit wasting my time.
So, Melina, we agree to have a respectful conversation.
I'm
here.
being respectful.
And we will take a recess when it gets not respectful, okay?
Okay. So, in here, on my note page, $750 consultation approved, 2 to nothing. So it was just me and Sean approved that. So it wasn't even a quorum.
Devin, would you like to chime in on that one?
Yeah, I did. The question was it just Sean and everybody to approve that $750? Is that the question?
Right, because besides besides Elena, we're the only 3 members of the board.
Yeah, there were only 3 members, and I'm not going to vote for something for me,
No,
so.
you're not allowed because you're recused from the discussions.
But those fees, while it was approved, nothing was ever paid because there was never a charge for consultation.
Okay, well, it was still a valid vote. I mean,
Right.
it was a
Okay.
quorum of the board voted to approve that expenditure, and that was Sean.
So that was okay?
She just said
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Okay, Melina.
Moving on to the May 19th minutes. I couldn't find video for this one either. I requested 4 times to have the recordings from these meetings, and they still won't let me have the recordings. But anyways, on this packet, I have 2 sets of minutes, and on the agenda, it does not say anything about criminal attorney fees. It's nowhere on the agenda for criminal attorney.
What date was that?
fees.
May 19th.
May 19th. However, in the minutes, I've got the 2 sets here. This one was the first one we got. I don't know what day I received it. I'm sorry about that. It was transcribed by Barbara. I don't know who, submitted by Elaine. And it says, the last item here, the board moved into executive session. Did you come out of the executive session and vote on this item? What was the vote? Who made the motion? Who seconded it? There's no agenda numbers here. You see, it's just printed on the page. And then on the second set of minutes we got, it says, the board moved into the executive session regarding the board reconvened in open session. A motion was made by Sean Collins to approve engaging legal counsel up to $6,000, seconded by Molina Rayleigh. 3 yeas, 0 nays, passed unanimously. So she voted for herself on this one. But we never had
No, but she didn't.
It's not in my,
Kevin,
it's not in my
wait,
notes.
Alina,
I don't have
Alina,
it in my notes. She won't give me,
Melina, we're taking a recess.
whatever, you're the boss. Applesauce.
We're going to take a 5-minute recess. And Devin, be prepared to speak to that when we come back, please. So we will come back at 5:39:44.
Come on, that's
What the hell is this?
Just keep going.
Excuse me, this is my first time here speaking on behalf of Stagecoach Mobile Home Park. The main concern besides all this other stuff is, how do we get a bill? We never get a paper bill. And go online, it says, don't say what the online billing is. So how can we adjust to our tenants how much water they pay every month? It's been going on this for months. If you can't answer that question,
5-minute recess.
Jesus loves you, Elaine.
that's a main concern. You can't even get your billing right.
Why are we taking a recess when we're
Yeah.
in the middle of the call?
Why do we get a recess when you don't
She
like
doesn't
what
like
you
what I'm
say?
saying.
No, she's wasting
She doesn't like what you say.
She's hours around.
She don't care. She don't care about us.
Where she outside.
She don't care about us. She Things change, they need things, yeah. That's the bottom line, things straight first.
Very unbecoming. This guy's out of order.
Nobody knows.
It's not on the agenda.
Plenty of people want to bill.
It's in the letter. You guys got any water in your house?
No, I mean, I understand.
That's not important. What's important is buying a laptop for Zoom meetings.
That won't.
Yes. Yes. That's.
She doesn't like.
Not honest, a report.
$1 to get a booster to get you water.
Yes.
And it's free for the rest of the year.
So does that mean that we've been having
Never had a bill that high, never.
Introduction of attendees, roll call.
so you've got to build that.
So she just skipped that. And it's like, she can't even do a simple thing.
Mike, when you having the car wash?
Or maybe later to pay the water bill, yeah.
So she had time out for herself.
Apparently.
I'm sorry, this is really unbecoming of a chair of a board. Well, it's pretty bad when you call on your secretary and then get mad. You don't like being exposed, basically. But that's what she's doing. True is that she's exposed. Melina, you haven't done anything wrong. She's done wrong. She's doing wrong by all the owner users right now. She's doing wrong by all the owner users right now with her little timeout to try to get a grip. When she's... Yeah.
That's right, Tom.
She's getting 10 more minutes to take another 5 minutes. But you...
Okay, this is 10 more minutes.
You get the truth out.
Oh, right. Yeah. Because he's.
Yeah. I got to further back so I can. We need the microphones closer so they pick up. Right. So I'm going to move up.
Where is Natalie? Where is Natalie? She was supposed to be in the Is she hiding in the closet? Where is she? Who is she?
It's back here on the chair with the agendas. Everybody was already here. That's when I found it. I don't have a pen here.
No.
hate to adjourn the meeting.
Oh, we know that, Aaron.
We need to be respectful and kind to each other, okay? So Alina, Devin, could you weigh in on the vote where Alina is stating that I voted for myself at that meeting? Here, let me. Okay, go ahead.
Is he there? Devin, you there?
Yes, he is. It's something with the. Devin?
Oh, yeah. Looks like it's on Bluetooth.
Here, see if you can. We're having a hard time hearing you. Maybe you can call back on your phone. Have him call back on your phone. No, you're going to call Sean's phone because something happened with my sound. It's not working very well. Okay. Thanks for coming.
Hey, Devin, how you doing, Sean Collins? I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, I think we have him on another phone now. Is everybody? So you may have to move up to the front if you can't hear. Go ahead, Devin.
Yeah, like I said, I don't have those minutes in front of me, but my recollection of that meeting is that Elaine recused herself from the discussion and the vote. That would have been our standard practice, and we would not have recommended or advised in any way that Elaine be a part of that vote. Again, I don't know what the minutes say from that meeting, but that is not my recollection.
What is it the minute said that was concerning you, Melina?
I think you mentioned, Melinda, that they said that there were 3 yeses. And
It says, and actually, it looks like it was cut and pasted in there because it's in bold, and all the rest of it is not in bold. So it looks like it was just plopped in. A motion was made by Sean Collins to approve engaging legal counsel up to $6,000, seconded by Molina regularly. 3 yeas, 0 nays, passed unanimously, and honestly, you guys, I would have never voted for that.
Yes, you did.
Never.
Yes, you did.
Hold it, wait, no, this is not, wait.
So all you need to do is give me the recordings, and we can solve this whole thing.
Okay, anything else you have, Melina?
I have lots.
Well, again, the 15 minutes is up.
I know because
Well, you took away 5 minutes from
There's a
her.
lot.
Well,
Because you lost
Carry
your
on.
Yeah.
I'm done. I've said enough. I can't say anymore.
Okay, so the reason the minutes are unapproved is because they've been read and not approved, because there is an objection to content, and that's why it's important for you to put in writing what your objections are, so we can look at the minutes and modify them if it's correct, so that then we can read them and approve them. So they're going to stay in the unapproved status until we get feedback from you telling us exactly what the issues are.
I told you what the issues are 3 meetings ago. There's nothing in the minutes. There's skeletons. They're not paragraphs. They're not explanatory. They don't give any information except motion made, 3 passed, blah, blah. You know, it's just, they're worthless.
And Barbara and Alicia were asked to go back and review the minutes and make some changes.
Yeah, they made changes, okay.
Devin, would you like to address what the staff has been asked to do and what the goal is?
Yeah, my understanding is that there were valid concerns raised a few meetings ago about the level of detail in the minutes. And my understanding is that since we shared some draft minutes from other clients of ours and other districts around the state, that the district staff has been working to refine those minutes to make them compliant with statute. But I believe that process is ongoing. We haven't seen any drafts, so I'm guessing it's being worked on.
So they're working on making the meeting minutes so that they follow a pattern that Devin is accustomed to. And what we're doing to rectify this, because, you know, we've had a number of people take meeting minutes, and they've each done it similar to what was done before. They came up with a new way, but we do not have an SOP, a standard operating procedure, or any outline regarding what the district expects to have in the meeting minutes. And so now I have a very large 3-ring binder, and we are working on developing policies and procedures and standard operating procedures for all of these things. Because it is not okay, no, this is not open session yet, but thank you, Irene. It is very important to have guidelines so that if a new person comes in, or if a new person is going to transcribe minutes, there's an outline with the order and what's expected and what we're looking for. So we're working, this isn't open quite yet. We're working towards that. So, Melina, anything else? We're going to need to move on.
You may go ahead.
Okay. Irene, you had a question about meeting minutes only.
Yes, I just was going to let you know that the Yavapai County handbook for the special districts, it does outline what is supposed to be in the minutes, so that might be helpful.
Great, but it needs to be a Black Canyon policy. It needs to be our policy, something that we have designated.
Statutes and law don't matter?
This is not an open discussion. Right. I was just answering your question.
The handbook, I believe,
right.
Instructions, I believe, supersede the local.
Well, we'll look into that. Did you have a question?
Yeah.
No,
basically
I was
just
hurt.
I was just going back to Melina's point. I have watched the recording that is listed on the Black Canyon.
Speak louder, some people on video
I'm
can't
sorry.
hear you.
So I went onto the Water District site. I watched the May 19th meeting. It is recorded up until the point where you go into executive session.
Right.
After you come back out from executive session, there is no recording.
The all-important vote.
And that's what the minutes say that Sean.
Tom, please. This is, do not interrupt. Go ahead.
That Sean, said the $6,000, but the legal fees do not say what for, and what were they for, and it is also in bold, and there are 3 yays in the vote, and there's only 3 board members listed in that meeting.
Okay, Devin, do you have any comments to make on that?
Thank you.
Sure. Again, my recollection is that the link was not.
No, this is about the executive session. The recording obviously has to stop when we go into an executive session, and then we have that, and we come back out, go to the public session, and we can start recording again. So the question.
Sure, but it sounds like and correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like the comment was there's no video recording of the public session that followed the executive session. Is that right?
Yes,
that's correct.
Right. So yeah, that's. Again, I see the point there. But again, my recollection is, I guess what I would say is I think the minutes are wrong in that they say there were 3 guesses. Melina, those are the criminal attorney fees, my recollection.
I remember the whole conversation. I remember the whole thing. Because we went into discussion. Me and you discussed it. You didn't want to do it at first because you were saying that she got in an accident with your friend. I said that has nothing to do with the thing with cutting the locks. I remember we had that discussion. And then.
It was for the 600.
No, we're talking about the 6,000.
I know, but you're talking about her saying no in the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
That was on the 600.
So this is not an open discussion. We're going to need to.
But it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because the item was not on the agenda. So we shouldn't have voted for it anyway.
Devin? would you like to comment to that?
I don't have the agenda in front of me for that meeting. What's on the agenda?
So, again, we have explained why the minutes are unapproved. We've asked for, we've explained what it's going to take to get it corrected and to go back and ask Barbara and Alicia to check this. And we're putting a policy in place. And we have to, and we are.
Standardized. We're trying to make a nice standardized thing.
Yeah.
See, it's not a competition here. Like, we're just trying to make this correct, right?
We're just trying to get an answer on that $6,000
So-
what they were for.
What I'm saying is if there's something wrong, the only reason she's asking for inputs is so that we can correct it. If it's wrong, we're wrong. Anybody can be wrong. And let's
We're
correct
not
it.
even in the ballpark right now. If you look at those minutes.
This
they're
is
even
not
in the
an
ballpark.
open discussion. We can't get stuck here. So, Devin, I guess what we need to do is we'll go back, we'll look at the agenda, we'll look at the notes, and see how many approve that $6,000. That's the easiest thing to do. We can discuss it all night, and that won't do anything. The only way, we need to verify the information, right?
Yeah, I've checked the agenda, checked to see if there is a recording, all that.
Okay, and again, we're gonna keep this at an hour, so we have, I'm sorry, at an hour and a half, so we have an hour left. And so we're at 5 reports of correspondence and a chair's report. Well, look at that, board meeting recordings. And so that's going to go down. We'll talk about that more when we get into business, because what was realized is there's a lot more to the recordings, video and audio that we need to be made aware of. And again, there's nothing in writing. There's not a policy, there's not a procedure, so it means that any board member, any new board member, we're supposed to either just know this stuff or somebody's supposed to tell us. And when we came on the board, nobody told us about this stuff. So we're learning and we're developing policies so that it will make it easier for those coming after us. Update on the financial reviews. They are in process, and hopefully it will be just a few weeks. And so that's great. We're going to get that taken care of. And B, operations report. We're not going to have one until the regular meeting. We could be going into an executive session, but we'll do that at the end, and you guys can step outside and wait, and then if you want to come back in when we're done, that's fine as well. So business, 7A, discussion and possible action regarding the results of the third-party billing support and assessment services. And we found this to be more than just a little surprising, kind of concerning. And I think what's important to keep in mind here is we are going through everything from operations to administration. It's like stripping everything back to the framework and seeing what's there. And the more we strip back, the more we're finding the unexpected. So Alicia has been working very hard on this billing. Would you like to talk about the issues that, so just to reassure everyone, we voted to approve $1,500, $750 times 2, $750 a month for 2 months to do the billing thing. We're only going to do 1 month. We're not going to do the second one. Okay? So
I don't have the document that you printed up.
it's not, you don't have to. Here, take this one. I thought I had it written. See, you can give it to us.
I apologize, I've been doing billing all week and trying to work on minutes and jumping up and down and stacking DVDs on my head, so I'm a little late in the game on this email. I can tell you that We had a few discrepancies with the billing. In 2023-24, when the rates were raised, it never got put into enhanced. So the billing tiers were wrong. It went to 9,000 and then went back to 6,000. So anybody that had any water bill over 9,000, it kicked it back up to the 6,000 rate, which was the 258 per gallon, per 1,000 gallons. So that was an issue. I have also exported a bunch of reports for every single person that's been in that system as far as a customer. I have their sales tax, their corporate, or their super fund, what was that one?
Capital improvement.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I've only been up since 4, a little bit late in the day for me. Capital improvement fund, all of those different pieces I have. I am going to run reports to figure out who's paid what and who hasn't paid what, so we can get that squared up. I can't do anything about the past, all I can tell you is I'm trying to fix what's going on now and forward. Example is if a customer used 34,000 gallons in one period, the system originally billed $204 when it should have been $221 at a $17.35 difference. That's that tier issue that I was talking about. It's not huge, but you multiply that by 869 people, that's a lot of money. Not that you all use that kind of money or that kind of water, but those users that do aren't getting charged for that correct amount. They gave us back the billing, and there are a couple meters that we were aware of already that needed to be changed out to Metron's first. They're the primary. They are the ones that we have to do right away, so that they make sure that we make sure that they're paying their fair share of the water bill. We have discussed, and when Mark gets back, we are doing a 1 through 4 as far as what's the urgent. Right now, those urgent are the ones that are not reading usage. Because you guys are paying for water and some of these people are not. A little old lady came in the other day and I said, well, you're not even paying for water. She says, oh, I know. It's okay with her. So we have to fix those so that you guys are all paying the fair share. And then once we get that done, the billing issues that are hanging me up at the end of where it's taking me to bill, that will go away. That should absolutely go away. I would say in total, and it's not all bad meters, it's not all misread, it is 161 meters right now I need to take care of. And that's what I was doing before I came here. So hence the reason of disgust and tired on my face. It's been a long day. And I know that this is, somebody's going to slap my hand for this, but you guys pay money every month to send out bills. This month I'm taking pictures because I know they go to the post office. I don't know where they go after that, but they go to the post office.
That's not all.
So it's hard to know exactly when I know in 24 there was a rate increase, but I don't recall it being.
It was 23.
Was it 23?
Yes.
So it's been, so for 3 years, nobody noticed. And we kept recognizing numbers were off. And the numbers were off because it was incorrect.
And I don't have a summary report for you. I will have it at a later date once I do all of the formulas on the Excel spreadsheets.
So are we gonna go back to 23 for each one of us as you pulled our customer records?
I'm going back on everything for everybody from the beginning of the time it went under machine.
But we could owe, what you're saying is we could owe more money.
That's your guys' call, that's not mine.
But I think we need to be careful about what we admit to as far as going back. And Devin, what would your thoughts be on that?
Well, I mean, in terms of retroactive billing.
Well, it was underbilling. They were underbilling the customers, and we certainly can't go back and say,
No, I'm talking about where the super fund wasn't applied to several accounts.
Oh,
I had to have Enhanced go in and do a complete overhaul and add all super fund because only a few people were paying that.
That's right,
That is
yes.
a state required tax for EPA. It is necessary for everyone to pay that. And somehow or another, when people were added throughout the years, only some got it, some didn't. The capital fund, That was in there incorrect from the 23 raise, or increase.
Oh, how much was being supposed to be taken out?
Yes, and then there were a few people that didn't even have that coming out. So all this time we've been asking questions that we didn't really have the answers to. So now I have the answers, and now I've had an overall thing of that information from Enhanced put into the program. The other thing is I know I told you earlier, garbage in, garbage out. We have to get this database cleaned up so that when we move it over to El Dorado, we have clean records. We have clean everything. Once this is moved, that's all going to go into a PDF file. I'm not going to look at it again. I don't ever care if I see it again anyway. But but it is going to go into a PDF file, be archived, and then it will go forward with the regular billing, and it should all go away. I can't promise you the mail, but I can tell you if you give me your email, I will email you your bill.
I think the concerning part is it was a blessing when I think about it that the billing went awry in December when meter reads were being put in that were actually red meter reads. Or we may not have seen this and it would have continued causing problems. So at least now we know where all the issues are. Well, no, I take that back. We have a much better idea of what the issues are. Given, did you want to add anything to that?
I think you guys are looking into it. Again, we need to look into the retroactive aspect of that, more detail before opining.
But we have, yeah, it just, I think you gotta weigh the pros and cons. Are we gonna spend $100,000 to go back and look at billing that might generate $10,000? That wouldn't be worth it. I think we need to take a closer look. And it's just premature to say exactly what we can do about it because we don't have all of the details yet. And we're still waiting on a report. So, and the, as she said, there's only 61 accounts,
161.
It's 60 on the unread list.
That's a different generation.
41 unread for July. So if you haven't gotten a bill, you know someone who has it. We're still working on getting some of them out.
We are struggling with dogs, gates, fences, locks, and people parking their cars on top of the meters.
Well, my meter is outside my fence, my dogs are inside my fence, and I have a camera that watches it.
Are you one of the 60 or are you a different number?
I don't know, 34500 South Vladimir.
I can't tell you, I don't have that in front of me right now.
So are you having a problem?
I haven't received a bill. I don't have a June, I don't have a July, I don't have any bills yet from you.
I have a PDF document of every bill that was printed and sent out to the post office. I have the receipts of over $300 to take them to the post office. Once they go to the post office, I cannot tell you where they go, but I'm going to take pictures this time of some specific people that continue to have problems getting their bills. What is your name, sir?
Ed Rome in Johanna Barrett.
Okay, Ed, I will make sure I take a picture of yours as well because I have a list of people that are not getting their bills. We're paying for them. I don't know where they're going. I really don't.
Alicia, I noticed the last time my bill came, it was in the flyer for Safeway or Fry's, whatever that flyer was. And I usually throw those away, and I just happened to open it, and there was my bill inside there.
Yeah, I know that there were 4 people on Waggonville who did not get, are you on Wagon, you haven't got one? Yeah, so there's something going on with Waggonville as well. And
I'm going to go talk to the post office this time.
We get them to the post office, but, we can't.
And they tell us they ship whatever they receive. So.
Inside the flyer.
That's why I need emails, because I can trust that I can send an email. I can't trust it. Go ahead, email. I hope I do.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, we're off discussion. I was just reminded. Okay, 7B.
We did that.
No, we didn't.
Oh, wait, let me go back to 7A for just a second.
That's what happened. Oh, sorry.
We're sending, the increase in billing starts this month, right?
September.
Pardon?
September.
Okay, early. So this month, we're gonna get a better grip on the billing. We have not, and I wanna let you all know, we have not purchased the new billing software because we wanna wait and get some of the billing questions straightened out before we do that. So, just wanted to update that. So we're gonna move on now to B, business. Okay, discussion of possible action regarding the district sales tax and superfund tax collection, reporting and remittance. So, the sales tax, and which we realized, the sales tax and recently the superfund tax, they go together. And these are part of the billing. And our office staff what we were told that they were trained on all of the office procedures. The accountant does not do the sales tax because that's billing. She does the other, has the other financial oversight tasks, and so recently, actually in May, I asked if we were paying sales taxes, and there was no response. And so I asked the office person to check up on it, and so I did. And they couldn't tell us anything. They could tell us nothing because no one's name on the current board or anyone else in the office, none of our names were on their records as being authorized to talk to them. So we had to fill out the paperwork for update your business and send a $12 check, and we got that done, although the office person wasn't familiar with the process of doing that, so there was some delay. But it was done, and finally, just a few days ago, 2 days ago, I called and they could talk to me, and I was just excited. But they couldn't tell me how much we owed in taxes or what our responsibility was, because I needed to go in and get it online and sign up. And so they had the wrong phone numbers for the district office, totally wrong. They had the wrong email addresses, it was, the only thing they had correct was the P.O. box, and everything is done electronically. So that was a jaw dropper. But we had to apply for a password, and to do that we had to send in a request to change the email address. So hopefully, I'm checking every day to see what that is. But the only information I could get was that it's been 1 year. It's been July of last year to July of this year, and that was about when I believe the office person after Sarah Rowena left, and then the one after, Julie started. And that was kind of a surprise, but everything is okay.
So we have not filed taxes in over a year?
In a year, the sales tax.
So where's our sales tax money?
It's there.
Which account?
It's gotta be in one of the buckets.
Pardon?
It's gotta be in one of the buckets.
I will ask.
Do you have a dollar figure of how much sales tax money we've all paid, and you haven't submitted it? That's gonna come out of there's late fees.
Debbie, would you please? We are well aware of all of that.
I know, I'm asking for a dollar
Well, if you
amount.
just wait and let us explain what we know, that would be great.
It doesn't sound like you know much.
Yes, we do. We have, so we have to wait till we can get online. We go online and then we pay the taxes. However, now that we have this whole, we were under billing thing, which would affect the sales tax.
No, it won't.
I don't know that's how it's gonna, we have to consider it because it's there. So, and then we request that if there are any penalties, that they be removed. The person I spoke with, Esther, great person, we were on the phone for a long time, And we are hopeful that they're going to remove any penalties, because I asked, did you mail us a notice? And they didn't. Did you email us? Did you try to call us? They did not have any contact information for the district clerk but the P.O. box, and there was no indication they ever tried to send a letter.
Elaine, I deal with this every month with 25 different cities. If I do not report my sales tax on time, if I'm 1 day late, a letter comes in the mail with a penalty. Letters are sent.
And we
They
have
had
not,
to be
would you wait, please?
Yeah.
You seem to not want to hear the experience and notes that we've taken as to what really happened. It seems like you have a story and it's your story.
We just want the answer, not the
And
babbling
not-
It's the
around.
same no matter what kind of business you have.
We never received a notification from the Department of Revenue, ever. I went through emails. I did not see an email.
They don't send emails.
There was no phone call. And I have to ask, why didn't our treasurer pick it up? Why didn't our owner users pick it up? Why didn't everybody wants to? Who do you want to point the finger at, Ed?
I would say the person doing your invoices, you as the chair should have been acknowledged of what your job is. You should have seen this, you should have called it out, and you should have put an end to it within the first month.
And Ed, another thing with the board chair, there are no position descriptions for any of the positions that are.
Actually, there are. If you read your own website, it says specifically what your duties are, what the secretary's duties are, what the treasurer's duties are. It's all on your
Okay,
website.
so we are going to adjourn if this continues.
You asked me a question.
I did, and.
Now you don't like the answer, you need to adjourn?
No.
That seems like the
Your
policy with
answer is
Elaine.
fine, Ed, it's the tone that you're using.
Okay, I'll be.
So be kinder, please.
Sean has a business.
I haven't got a bad tone yet. You won't like it when it gets bad.
Ed, please.
TPT number?
So what?
Do you have a TPT number? Transaction privilege account?
So we're not gonna dive
Do you file
into,
taxes monthly? Sales tax?
the matter is being addressed, and Devin, would you please respond to that?
Which part?
Chair.
That, as soon as it was realized that the taxes weren't being paid, we started addressing that. And it was missed by a number of people, including our own board treasurer.
We missed it, and we're addressing it.
Yeah, and we're addressing it. So,
I don't know why we're going in circles. We're trying to fix it. We messed up.
we didn't mess up. We didn't know.
It's okay to mess up. We did it.
So, Devin, would you please? I'm going to adjourn this meeting in 3, 2. Okay, Devin, would you please, you want to weigh in?
Sure, I thought Sean's comment was well made. I mean, once the district found out, they endeavored to correct the issue, it's working on doing that. I don't know whatever happened, but here's where we're at today.
There's just no need for the hoo-ha, that's it. We can just move on. This is like, we're like getting in circles about nothing. Let's move on the agenda.
And I think it's really unrealistic that everything comes pointed back to the board chair. I am one person. We're supposed to have, 4 other people. We have a community who people call and say, where's the bookkeeper's report? And they're all online. We have a CPA. I called her and asked, how did this get missed? And she said, well, it's not. Tom, please, 3. That's not in her part of, she has financial oversight for this area of finances, but the sales tax and the Superfund tax are all a part of billing, and that's what the office people do.
The office people thought that the bookkeeper was taking care of it. The bookkeeper thought that the billing people were taking care of it. Now we have to fuck up and we gotta fix, excuse my language, period.
So let's move on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, and so we're going to do that. So we don't really need to vote. We have the discussion. And that will be a part of the standard operating procedures that the district desperately needs. Okay, so,
Real quick, did you happen to say when the last time taxes were filed? What month? How long ago?
again,
You don't know, or you do know?
I cannot log in. This was the other thing.
I'm just asking. Do
We
you
have
know?
to go through a number of steps just to be able to log back in.
I understand.
That was a whole nother drama, but it's done. So, the board thought that if the district, if any of you out here wanted to form a committee, preferably a 4-person committee, the one thing about the budget, I'm not sure if everyone understands, is that the rate increase and the capital improvement fund goes into this part of the budget over here. That was the large total budget.
You're jumping to G?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I jump ahead?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, we're at C now. Regarding the purchase of a laptop. And please.
I can't help it. That's funny.
We haven't got to it yet.
So
We're not done.
we never said that we wanted to purchase a new laptop. And yes, we said we weren't going to need a laptop. However, because Melina, I mean, you know, it's great to know this, but Melina requested the original videos of all of the meetings. And even Tom Strizak, he took videos and posted them the entire time he was on the board, and nothing was ever said. And we've been doing it for a period of time, and nothing's been said. And then Melina requested these records, and we learned something else. This is important, and that is there are some specific steps that you have to follow if you record a video and the way it is transferred into a district record and the amount of time that it has to be kept. So ultimately, if I had videos on my phone, I would need to give my phone to the district for 3 months until those meeting minutes were either printed, or were approved. And nobody's going to do that. I mean, Tom wouldn't do that. So we cannot, I will not use my phone or any of my other devices to record a district video ever. So now the only way to do it would be to use Zoom. I know she's writing.
No, we can't do Zoom because we don't have anything to do with it. You guys have the
But it was, no, we did not, the board approved us.
You approved it, but we didn't buy it.
We didn't buy it because we know that we don't have the means of being able to store.
I don't use my laptop and have it sit somewhere for 3 months because somebody wants to approve the meeting minutes.
You know, you can Facebook videos to each other.
You have to keep the original. That's what
We will
You
never
can live stream it, it's
Wait.
not even on your phone.
Pardon?
I live stream it, and it's not on my phone.
Doesn't matter.
It's just going right to the public.
Devin, would you,
Total transparency.
this is, wait, Devin, would you weigh in on that, please?
But what about audio?
If the board is recording the meeting, it's a public record. If the public is recording a meeting, that is not a public record.
But when Tom Strizak was recording the video, he was live streaming it. Consequently, he said that meant the 3-month hold wouldn't apply to him. Is that correct?
When he was on the board.
It wasn't going in my phone. It was going directly onto
Because it's at a cloud for Facebook.
On
Facebook's
live
at a cloud.
streaming.
It's stored somewhere else in third party. That's what a cloud is. It's a facility. So it's stored there.
He put it on the website.
It's being stored, or it's not being stored.
It's not being stored on his device because it's live streaming.
Right, but the recording is kept somewhere and it's eventually posted, is my understanding.
Yes.
And the requirement is that the recording exists for 3 months, and really it's at least 3 months, but until the minutes are approved for that meeting.
Oh, I see.
Right.
And so again, it doesn't matter what device they're on. I mean, if you're recording on a personal phone, it's still a public record.
So, you see, we're learning stuff. Brooke?
I have a question about that. So let's say you're recording a video. By law, you also have to record separate audio to go with that. So 2 different devices. You have the video and audio only. Because I've heard that in the past. Like what Sean's doing.
Audio.
Right? But is that correct? You have to have both?
Yeah, he did the same thing. That's where he had it for a while. I went to his house, picked it up for him, did that, and then he just recorded with his phone just like he's doing right here.
Yeah. So the dilemma is
And just to be
something
clear,
to record video with. Because you've got audio covered separately, right?
Audio is covered right here. Yep.
Yeah.
and just to be clear,
And this is the districts.
Devin and Whittington and Associates has been full aware of how, as secretary, I did everything to keep us in compliance with the open meeting law regarding minutes.
Great, thank you, Tom.
Okay.
So the bottom line is, you know, we were all recording these meetings because people want to watch them, they can't come. And people would even ask, well, we don't have that video up of that meeting. So this was really a bummer, but you know, the law is the law. So if somebody wants to donate a laptop because they don't want us to buy a laptop, Ed.
You don't necessarily need the laptop, you need a storage device.
Flash drive.
External hard drive. or
You need an
something.
external hard drive, like a
Flash
you want
drive.
the 16 terabyte, whatever. They're not that much money. I think Brooke sent you an email stating that you can buy a external hard drive for like $17 for
$15.29 at Walmart right now.
for like $16.
Well, this is
What's the size of it? What size?
16 terabyte.
Oh, 16 terabytes?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, this
$15.29.
wait.
That's plenty.
Will this allow us to show video?
It will store it. You don't need
for video.
Please, Tom. I'm sorry.
So you can record it on your personal device
Right.
and store it onto the hard drive for the 3-month period required by law.
Correct.
You don't have to be able to view it, you just have to be able to store it. That way if somebody comes and says, hey, I need public record, you hook up to that hard drive and you pull that file and email it to them. It's that simple.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
No.
You can check with Devin to make sure I'm correct, but that's how we do things in the county.
And there was a time when you, Elaine Clayton, Chair, would not let me get these files to the district computer. And I have emails to show that.
Okay, I'd love to see those. So, let's move forward.
Elaine, don't you still have the plod, the PLAD, that plod machine that does recording?
I tried that a number of times, and I actually got pretty proficient at working it, and it just didn't, I was pretty disappointed.
It's not very accurate. It wasn't as accurate as we wanted it to be.
Okay, so now we can go to T. Yeah, but half hour. Discussion and possible action regarding proposed adjustments to the district's commercial and residential fee schedule. So now this is what I was more excited about. Back to the budget. We have the budget, and this part of the budget, the only 2 revenue streams that were affected was the capital improvement fund went up, as did the base fee. So now we have our fees, our commercial fees, residential fees, and I have a packet that I will give, and I also have already given one to Jordan. So there's an opportunity to take a look at this fee schedule and do some rethinking on it. We can do that. We need to do it in a timely manner. And then, Devin, we have to post a rehearing on the budget. Could you please explain the process after you do this?
Sure, yeah. If there were changes made to the budget or fee schedule, again, we would just restart the notice process. And so that generally runs about, we'll say 4 weeks to 6 weeks. So once you have that, we'll publish notice, we'll post notice for the district. There will be a public hearing like what we had before, where the public would have another opportunity to give its input. The board would then convene into a special meeting following the close of this public hearings and adopt the budget schedule.
So we have an opportunity to make some changes, to make some adjustments so that it works better for us. Because honestly, there were no records. There was nothing that really helped us identify how much other districts charge. How did they come to this number? And that was really bothersome. And I called a number of districts asking, and nobody, there wasn't, as I've said before, a formula or a methodology or anything. And so if you, 4 people in here, and if you want more than that, that's up to you, but I only want to be accountable for 4 if the board approves it. Here's information. I gave a packet to Jordan. If you want a committee to be more involved in looking at the fees and identifying.
Jordan owns the coffee shop, Lisa's son, Chandler.
Why was he given it?
You.
Why was Jordan given a packet that you're down talking about?
Well, I don't know.
He just wanted some information. I gave him some information. I'm giving, the.
And now you're giving it to all of us.
Pardon?
Now you're giving it out to all of us, is
I
what you're
was
saying.
giving it out to everybody to begin with. It wasn't,
Right,
selective.
okay. I think that was just the comment, is making sure
Oh, yeah,
it's
no.
open to all of us.
I do not have a list of favorites that I go and hand out stuff to. It was just, I didn't make, a zillion copies. Like, if you guys want copies, help yourself. And that's why I said I gave some to Jordan, because I know Jordan's involved in this and he can provide copies. So, we're running short on time, but we really need to consider how we want to view our residential versus our commercial. And every district, they charge more for the commercial than residential. And in here, maybe I should just open up one of these, but I provided the ordinance. This is an ordinance that tells what we charge now. And it includes impact development fees, and that's huge. So what I'm seeing in this area is that it seems like the commercial is growing faster than the residential, and that's not uncommon. Frequently, the commercial will grow, and then the residential follows. I'm hearing something about a Maverick gas station at the old dog track. We got another gas station next to Duke's. So a lot of that is going on, and we have an opportunity to have an impact on revenue if we make good decisions about how we want to manage this. And again, this would be revenue above and beyond what's in the budget. So we need to think carefully and make wise choices as we look at this. One of the things, and there's a report in here, I took a lot of information, put it into AI, and I only asked AI to organize data, not to tell me.
It's not bad.
Yeah, so some of the statements made, and I have to agree. Our concern was that we have so many people who leave with unpaid bills, and we're starting a spreadsheet that we need to document what our loss is in gallons of water and money. But we need to perhaps take a closer look at security deposits. That's not revenue, so we could charge a lower security deposit. And security deposits, they need to be returned within a year if people have a good payment history. But again, these are things the district does not have any clear policies or procedures on. It's just nobody knows what to do. So they go into the office. If anybody had to go in the office right now because Alicia left and Barbara's gone, there are no SOPs or any instructions on how anything in that office runs. It would be, what?
Are you moving to email?
No, I'm sorry. I'm off topic. Sorry, Devin. So that's in there, and I isolated the primary topics for our CAC's charge. And one of the things that we need to look at is meter size and if it's commercial or residential. And so we need to define what commercial is here, what residential is. And we need to look at meter capacity ratio measures. There's a lot of stuff here. And there's also base rates, examples of base rates from other districts determined by meter size. Some people say you don't base it on meter size, you base it on other criteria, but anyhow. So, is anyone interested in establishing a committee or taking on the responsibility?
I have a question first.
Yeah.
Is this separate from the rate increase? Like the rate increase is going through?
Rate increase is done. This is separate from this is the fee schedule.
Okay. So then on the rate increase, you mentioned that we were changing the base rate and the capital improvements. But when a motion was made, the capital improvements was not changed. It was left at $5 in that public hearing meeting. So I just want to make sure that we are all on the same page, that if you're going to change that, capital
Gotta go through the whole
improvements-
process.
Right.
Again.
Because when it came down to the motion was the increase on the rate.
What meeting was that?
It was the last public hearing on the rates.
What was the date?
23rd? Was it,
July 9th?
no, July 30th? I don't know. No, July. Oh, yeah, no,
Didn't
you're
you
right.
like the 7th?
July 9th. July 9th.
Okay, we'll
There's a
look
second
at that.
budget rate hearing.
We'll check that and see.
Okay, so this is separate from that. That stuff is happening,
Yeah.
this is separate. Okay, I got
So
you.
you gotta go through the
This,
whole
this
process.
stepped
again.
up when Brian made that good suggestion about the $19 or whatever. So we said we should have a committee, maybe we can hear, you know what I mean? That way it's like more of a collective of certain people that can give us that good feedback and we can have this type of good dialogue, so it's not so,
And that was
it's a little
great
bit, it's a
before
little
the-
easier to digest when it's four people that are just really working on that, because what he said was smart.
It's what the district
Well thought out.
always did in the past,
Yeah, that's fine. That's what we're saying is gonna do.
but it just went by the wayside. And so, but, you know, yeah, it's too bad that
I
we
have to
didn't do
go
that
to the
before.
bathroom.
I don't know, we're gonna move forward with this.
Yeah.
I don't wanna talk about who didn't do what.
Right, so why are you going there now when it's already all done?
Tom, we're not going to have that conversation, and,
No,
Because the rest of the town would be feeling a lot better if the rate increase didn't happen such a level. So if we can decrease that by redoing another hearing, why wouldn't we do that? We're hearing what the people
Well,
of
so
the
you're
town
having
are
second
saying.
thoughts now.
Huh?
Right, you're having second thoughts or buyer's
We're
remorse.
listening,
or-
Absolutely
we're listening
not.
to everybody in this room, and when we hear enough, and we're like, you know what, let's try to run the numbers, or we find out that.
But nobody
we could be
listened
making
to us.
wait, this is not
I
an
love how you just
open,
keep talking over me every time I'm trying to say
Tom,
something. It's very
Tom.
rude. You're doing the same thing to me. I'm trying to say something, and everybody keeps on talking over each other. That's not how you have dialogue.
So you're considering a reconsideration of what just was done with
Please
these
tell
two
me what I
items.
was going to say, please.
What is it?
Oh, exactly. There you go.
Well, yeah, so that's wonderful. But
You're
if you
being
would have
rude
listened
to
to us.
You understand that, Tom? Neighbor, you're being rude because I'm trying to say something and you keep on just right over my words. So I'm not going to continue talking. That's not how dialogue works. Okay? We already discussed it. We said, hey, we want 4 people to be on a committee that can help with us on a certain topic, right? We want it on the rate increase.
Right. But why was that not considered to begin with?
Point of order.
Devin, Tom, I'm going to say this statement, and then the subject is being closed. The former board did have a 4-person committee, However, they did not allow the public to come in to that meeting, and it was a public meeting. And you should remember that, because you went there to videotape the meeting, and they wouldn't let you in, and you were furious, and you actually talked to the sheriff because they had that 4-person committee meeting and wouldn't let the public in. And that's all we're going to say about that matter. Thank you, Tom.
But it didn't mean you had to do that.
So, end. I will adjourn the meeting, Tom. Thank you. So,
No executive session?
Tom, I'm sorry, Devin, can we just go ahead and vote on whether or not we are going to form a committee?
Yeah, if there's no further discussion, you'd like to move to a vote. There needs a motion.
Are you guys interested? Would anyone want to get involved and offer feedback on?
The budget
And
committee.
so, I
Yes.
guess,
I'm interested.
Oh, perfect. Right there.
I'm sorry, what?
What is the composition of this committee? Is it one board member and 3 members of the public? Who's on this committee?
Oh, you know, that's a good question, and I guess we need to talk about that.
What's that?
Would you like to be a part of the committee?
I'm not concerned.
No.
You
she's
what?
not a member.
Recuse.
She's not.
You can't.
I would do it anyway.
Yes? I'm sorry, what?
These two are right here.
Okay. So,
Two more.
Who's two? I have Debbie's name.
Joyce.
Joyce. Thank you.
wait. Let me hear Devin. Go ahead, Devin.
Well, I think because you're just sort of proposing this idea to the public, it sounds like you're distributing information about interest in joining the committee. It may be better to
No.
wait here and get some names before you just go ahead and forward the people who are here.
You have 2 volunteers.
Up there.
So I wasn't passing what I have. It is a packet. They can make copies. And it's just information so they know the criteria and what we look at as we're deliberating, you know, how to, what to do, how much to raise, what to raise, etc. So your recommendation would be we not form the committee now and we have people do what?
Well, again, you just announced this committee that you'd like to form or you're thinking about forming.
Correct.
You're distributing information about qualifications and people, what you're looking for from members of the public who may want to join.
Okay.
Only the people of the group have had a chance to see that.
Oh, I see.
You may want to just let the broader public have a chance to digest that and submit their level of interest before forming just the people who are here in the room. I don't know that that's required. I'm just thinking.
No, great idea, great feedback, thank you. I just got excited about having a committee.
Yeah, and there's good people that are right here and they're willing to.
But we're going to take the correct approach.
Yeah, I wanted to clarify, this was a budget hearing committee?
No, what is the
Fee
she's
schedule.
clarifying, what is
Fee schedule.
the committee for?
What, Devin, what would be the correct title of this committee? It is to just review and make suggestions for changes to the fee and fee schedule.
Yeah, so I think just the committee on proposed things to bring just something simple like that. You have to determine that composition and kind of what this task and this committee's role is going to be. What its job is. How does it report to the board? Does it do it in writing? You have to keep in mind that this committee is subject to the open meeting law, just like the board. So all of its meetings have to be public. There has to be a 24 hours notice. There has to be minutes. All of those things require.
You just took all the fun out of being on a committee. Now it's like, dang, who wants to do that? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think you got to keep those rules in mind. And you want people who are on this committee who are interested in fulfilling those obligations. And this is an extension of the board. It is essentially its own public body for purposes of.
Well, no good deed goes unpunished, as they say. It was like the best of intentions, and but we can still do it. It's not impossible. It just few extra steps in there. Okay, so we're
My
gonna,
recommendation at this time would be to let the public have a chance to digest that agenda for a future meeting, and perhaps instruct staff or, I guess, another board member to work up sort of an outline. Again, what is this committee? What is it doing? What is its purpose? What is its goal? All those sort of things. That way, when you're ready to actually form the committee, you have a list of interested parties. You have exactly what the committee is, and you just
okay, we've got like 15 minutes, and you're an attorney, you can go on forever.
We'll put it out, what the outline of the committee is gonna be, and we'll put it out to
Yeah.
everybody, and if you're interested, put a letter of intent on it, that's all.
So we will basically give fair public notice.
So you guys are gonna make a motion to create that committee.
Yes.
That's part of this. Okay.
So, let's get back to, for a few minutes, I have talked tonight about how important it is that we have policies, procedures, job descriptions, all of the stuff that a professional business should have, a professional organization. You can't expect people to come into the work environment and you say, okay, we're going to hire you as district coordinator, and then you have no job description because you don't really even know what that looks like. So it is having policies for the board to follow. The role of each board member is not really clearly defined, especially, I know it says that the board secretary is supposed to take minutes, but I don't think the board secretary has taken minutes in, Randy Rabina was the last secretary from the old board, and no one since him has ever taken minutes. So we need to be more realistic about the roles that people have on the board. We need to be able to have boundaries, and having an attorney help us with that is way too costly. And so what I've been doing, I use AI a lot. I take a bunch of solid, reputable information. I am the research. I did more research in school and then I look for the best. What are the best parts and different ideas on that. However, what we did is we found a woman, Arizona. What? Which one? Yes. Sarah Carroll with Arizona District Solutions. And she works specifically with special districts. I met her at Rural Water Convention. Her resume, her qualifications, what? Okay. What?
Sarah's not on the agenda.
I believe it is.
Oh, 18th District Solutions, sorry. Sorry, I know you covered that already.
So we reached out to Cheryl, and Sean and I had a chat with her. Sean, you want to share your take on that conversation?
Not really. I mean, I thought what she said was correct. I mean, SOPs. You're a military guy. SOPs is how we run our life. So for me, having a standard operating procedure, so if someone gets fired, someone picks up the thing, goes, "How am I doing my job? Here we go. Here's my output. I'm done." You know what I'm saying? And we've all seen it. This town has had lots of people fired quickly, and then people come in there and they're trying to do their job and want to do something for the town, but like, I have no idea what I'm doing because there was no turnover. It's terrible. So there has to be something like that in place. Someone dies. What if one of us got in a car accident and died? Oh, who's going to take over? What is she supposed to be? What was she doing? What am I supposed to do now? Who knows? There has to be a procedure. That's why we have the other thing too. Is like we have a kind of a running tally of all of our tasks for the whole office and the whole organization. We have a task that we all can come into and go, "Oh, that got done by that person," and they get a little initial on it. When you go in, your initials are there in that.
So chain of command, continuity.
We're not taking questions yet, please, Tom.
Yeah, that's it. She's going to help us form all that so that it's a better outline, right? So when people come in November and people can take over our spots, it's super seamless. It's so easy. It's so much better for you guys.
Yeah. And we were working on that a ways back, right?
Yeah.
let's just wait a second before we do questions, okay? Thank you.
That's all I have.
So I think the other thing is when a board member goes into the office and they ask someone, what is your job? And that person is like, well, I don't know. I think it's important. They know that, well, I have to pay the sales tax every month. I have to make sure that the Superfund taxes are paid. I have to make sure that this is the list of things that I do. And we don't have that. So people go in and it's just like, and then we wonder how things like, well, we didn't pay sales tax for a year get missed. Well, because we assumed that the person that was hired to do this was doing their job. And that was incorrect. So all of this is really essential to a smoother operation and more efficient. People know what they're supposed to do. There's accountability, and that's all really important. Irene?
I just wanted to ask, because I see the whole list, and I agree that that will definitely help. One of my questions was going to be, what kind of business continuity? I mean, you have struggled through all kinds of stuff in this last year and a half plus.
You remember?
So what kinds of continuity would we have? But that's kind of goes along with this. So I think that's a great idea. But my question has to do with, is that separate from bylaws? Because the attorneys did bylaws. So is that two separate things?
Yes.
Yes, it is, because while the attorney, he made up the template or the foundation of the bylaws, but Devin, we can change that to accommodate the needs of the district, can we not?
Yes, we can give you
So there are things in the bylaws that there were things that weren't there that need to be there. So the bylaws also need to be reviewed, and the other thing we need to do is make sure that we don't identify a specific person with all of this responsibility, because then if that person leaves or something changes, you have to rewrite the bylaws to address that change. So you want to keep it so that you don't have to go in and change it frequently, maybe once every 3 years.
But Sarah is, I'm reading this, and what I'm hearing is that Sarah's going to do processes and procedures so that we have that in business continuity, but she's not doing bylaws.
Yes.
That's separate.
No. She's doing, but we're not going to have her do, we don't want to vote on her to do a lot of things at once. We want to see what the quality of our work is, but we need to have the bylaws done. We need policies, procedures, job descriptions, and some...
I think we said start with the S&P and the conversation with you.
Yeah, no, we have to get the job descriptions.
Yeah,
The job
that's okay.
description has to, like, be...
That's part of the S&P.
What is the cost?
Oh, sorry.
What is the cost of this?
This can run about 10,000.
$50 an hour. She said, she told us an amount of work she could get done in a short amount of time. And we are,
It's not going to take long.
we're providing all of this. Well, had you rather pay an attorney or someone who
No, I would rather have a competent board that could figure it out.
You know what, I don't have time. I write doctoral level papers, but I do not have time to sit at the board
Nursing
and do
papers,
this.
not water board papers.
That's,
So you're doing all of that in the water board company, in the water company's
what?
office?
what?
Your personal business?
No, I am not. Debbie, this is a volunteer board. Volunteer.
So while you're at the office, I'm expecting that you're doing water company things, not writing PhD.
You know, I appreciate your input, but you have no experience in doing this, so consequently, you're assuming something.
You don't really know what experience I have.
No experience in the district office. You have no, well, a week or so doesn't count, yes.
What the?
We have 6 minutes.
I'm curious, because Mr. Whittington prepared 2 sets of bylaws, rules of procedure for us. You gave us this. Who wrote this?
I can't see it.
It's what you gave us just yesterday.
I can't,
Black Canyon City Water Improvement District Governing Board Bylaws and Rules of Procedure. I want to know who wrote it.
That's probably from us. That's probably
one is from
There's no,
one is from him.
there's no, author on it. It's not written by anybody.
Well, I would
but
have to
I'm
look.
concerned because I want to know why you monkeyed this up when you have two right here.
We're gonna let Devin is going to talk. Okay, go ahead, Devin.
We did prepare two sets of bylaws. I believe the most recent version section is from August of 2025, so about a year ago. We would have sent that with a cover that would have explained some of our thoughts on that. But we don't include, who it's from in the document itself. It's paired with the cover letter. So Melina, to answer your question, I can't see it either, obviously, reading on the phone, but I would almost guarantee if there are draft bylaws floating around, they were drafted by our office.
Yes, it has your name on it. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
It's got WRW right up here in the corner.
Okay, so we're running out of time, and I think that we have tried to emphasize the importance of having the job descriptions and policies and procedures and things that are going to help guide the district. And
Well, I still have a question.
okay, go ahead.
You're gonna let me ask my question? Sure, go ahead, thank you. Why are you pushing this, which I believe is AI, instead of opting for the ones that Mr. Whittington prepared? And I'm wanting to know if it's because the two drafts from Mr. Whittington have sentences in them that protect board members from the actions of other members.
Well, here's the great news, that it doesn't matter the content that's in there. If you don't like what's in there when we go to vote, you don't have to vote for it. You can do a no. This is just creating documents for us to read, for her to prepare in a format that's professional, and then we can look at it, and if we don't like it, then we can not approve it, and it can go back to the drawing board. It's real simple. It's a fluid document. It's not chiseled in stone. But we need to get started.
The issue is the money.
Pardon?
I think the issue from here is the money. Melina is saying there are already two sets of bylaws. I think it's one and then some amendments that we've already paid for as a district, and they haven't been, looked at or whatever. And then now we're looking at to pay somebody else. And so the questions coming from here are, when I asked if it's two separate things, are we doing those bylaws and then the Sarah Carroll is doing processes and procedures, or are we having her redo bylaws?
We're not going to have them redo bylaws because the bylaws were legally generic. Language and circumstances and things needed to be added specific to our district. You can't just take a bylaw for any district for a generic bylaw template. You have to make it special for fit what you're doing. And that's what we did.
She's trying to say, because she's saying, we want to still adjust it and have the legal jargon, and have someone at a lower rate. Instead of paying Devin his rate, pay this lady that's way cheaper.
So not a start over.
No.
Absolutely not.
There's an SOP.
No.
There's going to be the description for the people who work there, so people know what their jobs are, description. And then a little bit of adding to the bylaws, so we can get it all there in the office. That's it.
We are not doing a redo. This is an improvement. This is making it specific to the district. Okay? Okay, so are we ready to vote? I'd like to entertain a motion that we use,
Did you guys talk about an amount besides $50 an hour?
Do we have a not to exceed amount?
I would like to entertain a motion that we engage here. I'm sorry, what?
That's a good question. They said, is there an amount that she is limited to, so there's a
We
cap?
can absolutely do a do not exceed.
Yes.
And I'm thinking to begin with, do not exceed $500. And if you look at it, we didn't spend $750 on the other half of the water billing issue. So, you know, if we use $500 to start this with, we're not.
Okay.
Okay? Perfect. All right, so I'd like to entertain a motion that we engage Arizona District Solutions to assist with updating policies, procedures, bylaws, staff job descriptions, and other items as needed in an amount not to exceed $500.
I'll make that motion.
Second? All in favor? Aye. 3 yeses. Molina is a nay. Motion approves with 3.
Elaine, I'm sorry, just one more, know me and my details. We talked about the committee, but there wasn't a motion to actually create the committee. We're not going to do that?
No, we can't.
We have to put it together to present it to you.
They gotta
You
do
just-
a
she
presentation
wanted to know if
and
you're
get public
interested.
notice.
It can't be, it cannot be word of mouth, it has to be presented.
Okay.
And in writing. But
Okay, so the meeting went well here. We have an executive session, so you guys can hang out outside if you want, but if you're not going to stay, please put your chairs away. That was a part of what we agreed on. And I think you were going to shoot an email or something. We know what to get so that we can try to do the meeting recordings.
yes, I know what
She's exhausted.
I've seen Brooks' email. I know what you want. We will not be getting Zoom with that, but we will be. And then so we have to transcribe this since we want so much detail because we are here, but we can't. We're going to have to write stories every time.
Alicia, you get paid
a lot of
to do it,
detail.
right?
It's a lot of detail when you
Doesn't she
talk.
get paid right now to do this? She's getting paid, right?
Of course she's getting.
I have a feeling it won't matter because it won't be good.
I can't hear you.
You said it won't be good no matter what.
Well, it doesn't matter, you give a paycheck or not.
Well, it's written in already. It doesn't.
Yeah, she's getting paid right now.
Elaine, real quick.
Okay.
Cool. We'll see how it works.
And we are going to resume the public session, and we just need to ask for a motion as to whether or not we want to. Would you like to phrase that, Devin, so we can get it correct for the minutes?
Sure, as I understand it, you received legal advice based on the terms of the current contracting.
Got it.
There should be some discussion in the public about what the district would like to do moving forward.
Okay, got it. I'd like to entertain a motion based on the fact that the part-time temporary utility clerk's agreement is expiring, that we hire a part-time temporary utility clerk to refill that position.
Yes.
And we will have the job responsibilities and duties outlined. Second?
Second.
Any discussion?
How would one find that posting?
Is it going to be posted, the job?
It has been, it is posted.
It's posted where?
Indeed.
Indeed.
Oh,
Anything else?
You've already posted it?
It's posted in Indeed. Yes.
before you make the motion?
Pardon?
Before you just put it to vote on?
We're voting, we have not voted on a person, we're voting on replacing them.
We already talked about having a person because they're away right now anyways.
There's nothing saying we can't talk to people. We're not voting, we didn't vote to bring anyone in, that's what we're doing now.
The position's temporary and it's going to
Correct.
expire. Anyway,
So before it expired, we put up on Indeed, we put the thing out to circulate so people can get some other contenders because it's not working out.
Is it temporary? Is it still temporary?
Yes. Yeah, you can still work.
Okay, anything else? All right, all in favor of filling this position with a new part-time temporary clerk, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Paulina?
So is Barbara gone, or is it maybe Barbara coming back? I'm confused.
That's up to her.
Yeah.
Her contract
The contract
ends.
expires, so if she wants to stay or not, but we can't be held hostage.
Okay, gotcha.
We gotta move on and have someone available, right? Because you know how it is when that position's not there, it's bad.
We cannot ever be in a position again where we don't have someone trained or have standard operating procedures so that if something happens to people in the office, someone can come in and take over and have a reasonable idea of what their responsibilities are and what needs to be done. We need a list of you gotta pay the sales tax, you gotta pay the Superfund tax, you have these deadlines on these dates for special districts. We need.
So this is a backup position, basically. It's been a backup, kind of. Is that what she's been? Because she's
Not a
been
backup.
We didn't hire her full-time, it was a temporary.
Right, well, they're both
So
safe
she worked out, right?
They're both.
Why it's not fully, is why it's a temporary, is because you gotta vet them, right? You gotta get a person. See on paper is one thing, how they actually work is a totally different thing. If it had worked out and we thought highly of something, we'd be talking about a different thing, I think we need to make this full-time. You
Well,
understand?
so they're both just short of full-time, which typically works. But one is basically just more like a backup, is what she's saying. We need a backup. We need somebody in case.
One is a test. Is this person going to fit in? Are they going to be able to adapt to all of the things that have to be done? Are they going to remember to pay the sales tax? Are they going to remember to do what's supposed to be done with the invoices? Are they going to know what is required in the office? And it's much easier to be engaged and get back the engagement ring than it is to get married and have to go that process. So hopefully we will find a 20-year person and that person who just accidentally ends up staying for 20 years by finding better and better, finding the right people to come in the office.
What's the deadline on the posting?
What posting?
Indeed.
For the job?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think I ran it for like a week.
Is it in there right
Oh,
now?
it's not.
Yeah, I can't.
I don't know, I don't check.
No, it's not.
You're looking in
I think it was for 1 week, if I recall.
But I'm interested, so I'd like to know where that posting is. How long ago?
I don't remember.
Okay. I'll email you guys later.
What's the
Figure it
what is
out.
it title?
It's temporary part-time utility clerk.
And this is another 3-month? Is that?
What?
Is this for another 3-month term?
The discussion should have happened. Are people want to? Yes.
3.
3 months.
Yes.
Yes. It'll be exactly the same as the last one.
Thank you. For clarifying.
Okay, the meeting is adjourned. Let's go home.
Did you have just a brief call to public?
We've been having it's 7:30. I said what?
Okay, so
No, it's been a 2-hour meeting.
I'm not making a written request for you to put on the agenda to address the non-compliance with the CCR reports. We've been out of compliance since June 10th. The public's been cut short. Thank you very much. Have a good night, everyone.